Welcome back, Arc Raiders. Patch 1.11 is now live, and with it comes some positive changes, but also a mighty fumble. So we got to dive into it. So first things first, there is a free gift for all of us Arc Raiders players. Now, if you log in today as your last day to get this item, you'll be getting the Golden Axe skin for our character. Now, this is to celebrate 10 million players downloading the game, and honestly, this is a huge milestone, so shout out to Embark Studios for really nailing it with this game. So the patch is now live, but what did it really address? Well, honestly, on paper, it doesn't look like it changed too much, but in reality, for especially those PvP encounters, it did change a lot. So starting off with the big macro problem in the room. Now, the macros on the kettles were constantly abused, and honestly, it was really freaking annoying to deal with. You would just get full clip zipped and just be insta-dead. Now they've reduced the rate of fire down from 600 to 450, so hopefully it gives everyone a little bit more of a fighting chance against those macro users. But if you are using a macro, remember it is against TOS, and you kind of are a piece of crap for using it. Next is going to be a massive change to the trigger grenade. Now, this has been deemed the PvP king for many reasons. You would throw this guy out into a room, or maybe two out into a room, and you just kind of clear everything. Anyone within like a blast radius would be insta-dead, or at least very close to being dead and can be finished off very quickly. Now, friends, they've changed the trigger detonation on this thing from 0.7 seconds to 1.5 seconds, so it gives players a little bit more time to react. But also, friends, this is the big change. The concentrated damage is more focused, so this is going to have less of a spread, so it's more intended as a sticky rather than kind of like this air burst grenade that would go off, kill everything in a huge radius, and then you just go collect the loot. So, maybe less grenade spam, more of you having to actually run into a room and breach it and get into a fair firefight. Then next we have the keycard exploit has finally been fixed. That's right, if you guys are watching on Reddit or anything else like that, you notice that, hey, people were allowed to keep their key while also opening up those red rooms. I know, another red room exploit. So the thing was that as you were about to open up a red door, you would quickly unequip and drop your key or throw it into your safe pocket, and it would allow you to retain your key while still opening up the door. Well, I can be happy to say that that is now patched, so, anyone that was abusing this, your time is now over for it, and you have to go back to the standard of actually using your keys to get into the room. Then the last patch change is interesting because it changes out the lighting effect on Stella Montis in some areas. That's right, the lighting has been reduced in some of the darker areas on Stella Montis. Now, this is going to make the flashlights and listening a lot more relevant, as well as, kind of panicked gunfights in the dark. But a glaring problem that this actually does create is going to be now the people that are still using the console command through the Epic Launcher. I know it was already patched for Steam, but through the Epic Launcher, there still is a way to be able to do it. Now, if you don't know what this does for people, it allows them to change out the lighting, fog effects, and everything like that, so they have a clearer field of vision. So if it's darker for all of us other players, but it's going to be way lighter for them, it's going to give them a massive advantage over us in Stella Montis. So we're going to have to see how this plays out in the patch. Then, friends, we have a new cosmetic that has just launched out this week, and honestly, it's something that everyone has been waiting for. Yes, that's right, the Abyss Walker is finally out. But, oh my god, they could have really cooked on this one. They had an opportunity to make millions of dollars on this skin because it has been the fan favorite since, the freaking pre-alpha of when it was first showed, because it just looked so cool. Until, friends, we noticed that the legs have been changed. Yes, no longer are they the original blue pants with the knee guards. These have now been deemed the BDSM boots because, yes, they are laced up all the way down to the freaking hip over here and to the ankle, and it really takes away from the aesthetic. I'd say if you are going to get this, I did buy it because I do content creation on this. Wear it in green because the white kind of blends in a little bit better, and it does look the best in the green with the white color rather than the other ones, but maybe that's just me. But if you are going to get this skin, maybe you're going to have some buyer's remorse because of that BDSM look. But friends, man, they could have really cooked on this one, and it's very unfortunately been changed, so huge missed opportunity in Embark Studios. Then this was a reminder that now the Cold Snap is officially ended. This is a timed event, so it will probably come back around next winter or whenever they feel like reintroducing it into the game. So it's not a permanent feature on the map. And I do like that approach because it gives them opportunities to introduce new types of level modifiers and conditions while we go through different seasons. and we do know that the Toxic event is going to be coming up very soon. I do believe it is supposed to still occur this month. If it does not occur this month, it's definitely next month, but if you wanted to go take a look at that, check out a previous video, or, you know, many of the other various leaks out there that are showing what the trials look like, what the frickin' Toxic event will look like, and what it really does. But all I could say is start collecting thermal rocks if you start to see them on the map. They might be the volcanic rocks, but I can't confirm that yet because the event is not out. And then keen players would have noticed, hey, sometimes when you logged in recently, there was a glitch that showed a different map display when you logged in. And that was 2 different Stella Montises. That is right. You had one in its normal location and then another one down below. And that down below one is looking like a placeholder for a new map, potentially. We don't know anything about it, but hey, that really makes me excited to see if we're going to get another biome to fight in. Well, Raiders, that's everything that I have for you today. Please be sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell, use those hype points, all the good things, because it helps us out on this channel grow, and we will see you in the next one. Take care.